Okay, so what do you want this game to be like?
Link's Awakening.
You want it to be like Link's Awakening? Do you want to... What do you want to do?
I want to be in dungeons, and I want to find treasure, and I want to be bosses in dungeons, and I want there to be a final boss.
Okay, so a final boss. You want bosses in dungeons. This is a big order, but we can do it.
Oh, I get it now. I'm heading towards it. Nice boss.
So I'm waiting on 4 different emails. I'm in between projects, and I just thought, man, this would be a fantastic time to fulfill my promise to my son and turn his art into a video game. So it started back, he started drawing these pictures where he would know that I made video games, and he would sit down and draw with crayon, and he'd draw these pictures, and I'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making a game. And he would draw different characters of the game, and he'd draw maps. He loves maps, and he would be drawing all these different maps and layouts, and sometimes the maps would look like a Mario map where there's different like stops along the way. There we go.
That's too small.
No, that's okay.
No, that's too small.
You want it bigger? Okay. Well, here. You draw it bigger. I wanted to show him that it could be accessible, that it could be done. I also wanted him to get an interest in this kind of work early on. Not that, he's gonna grow up to make video games, but just that maybe, programming and stuff, maybe just feel like these big, huge worlds of like all this complexity is actually something accessible if you practice at it and learn and willing to try. Good job. We're already done with that. Okay, now you need to draw
a chest.
What kind of things need to be in chest? Like, what do you want in chest?
Like a better sword.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's do it. Because I only had 3 days to work on it, but I wanted to build the best game I could for him in the 3-day time. Not even full work days, really. And so I sat down and I worked as hard as I could and as fast as I could to put his art to life. But it was great in the conversation with him. He didn't really understand the size of things he was asking.
And I'm going to draw a volcano.
Okay. And it's erupting. Wow. So here's his artwork of the villagers. Here is the hero.
I'm going to do an alien boss.
Okay. Cool, that's his sword.
Uh-huh.
So he would ask, I want there to be a big sword, and I want you to be able to get it later on. And, that's like asking an inventory system and an upgrading system, and for the sword to be a separate part of then the character. And he's drawing all these characters with their swords in hand as part of them, And these are all just little complexities that just start adding up. But I need you to draw a boss.
Oh, I need to color red.
This is his enemy design. I thought it interesting. He wanted specifically the enemies to be red and all the good people to be blue. I thought that was I didn't tell him to do that. He just instinctively color-coded the enemies and the people. So when you see a blue person, they're a good person. When you see a red person, they're a bad person. Every time.
Okay, that's going to be the map of the world.
This is the map he drew. So with this, he wanted everything to have 3 mountains and a volcano and a grassy, foresty kind of area. So I had to do some interpretation of this, and he specifically wanted snow on top of the mountains and lava coming out of the volcano. And he didn't realize that when he asked for these little tiny things, what he ends up doing is asking for more hours of work spent on something small, which is just how game development works. But I just said, yes, okay, let's try it. And I was able to get some snow, and I was able to get some lava, nothing fancy. Like I said, I only had 3 days to work on it, and I wanted to check all his boxes and get it done. And it got done. It was not something, it's not going to win a festival, but it's done, and it won his attention. Okay.
Yay. What?
Talk to the guy.
Oh. Oh, man. I see it. I found it.
There you go.
The body's stuck into the ice.
It's supposed to look that way a little bit. Go look over this direction.
Wait. This direction? This
There's some
direction?
coins over there.
Where's the dungeon though? I thought it was on top of the mountain.
So it's nestled in one of the mountains. There's a second mountain.
Oh! The wrong mountain. I'm supposed to go up
I
there.
did want you to go up this mountain though,
Why?
because I wanted you to see the snow. And you can look and you can see the whole map from here. It's a big flat place. It's a flat-
Well, at least I know it's on that mountain. So, Geronimo! Boom.
Ah, still falling.
Geronimo! Okay, yep. Okay, I'm done falling. How do I do to hit? Oh, bus. Bus. How do I get him?
You wanted him to have a lot of health. Oh no, I forgot to do the...
I got him!
You got him. I forgot to do the death sound.
Wait. Where's the chest? Where's the chest? Okay. The icy boss. Oh, this is not a
There you go.
I did it!
You got all 3 boss totems.
I beat the game.
You did.
Beat the game I made. Well, you did.
Well, you
I
designed it. You
Yeah.
came up, you wanted it to be like Zelda. You wanted it to have 3 bosses, to have different types of enemies. You wanted it to look, you drew the characters. You wanted it to have,
I
you
didn't-
picked the music and the sound effects. When I asked you to think of a game, did you imagine it like this? Is this anything like you imagined?
Well, yeah.
Well, good.
I like this already.
So thanks for watching. This has been Adam with Space Dodo. I hope you enjoyed me and my son's creation. We do lots of stuff on this channel where it's about games we're designing and games that inspire our design. And so subscribe if you're looking for more stuff about that. We got you. See you next time.